two design tools. Both are free to start. Both are used by professionals. And if you're trying to decide which one to spend your time learning, the answer depends entirely on what you're trying to do with design skills. This is not a close call once you understand what each tool is actually built for. Today I'm breaking down what Canva does, what Figma does, where they overlap, where they don't, and exactly who should learn which one first. The difference between Canva and Figma. The confusion between Canva and Figma comes from the fact that both produce visual output, and both run in a browser. Beyond that, they're built for fundamentally different purposes. Canva is a content creation tool. It's built to help people who are not professional designers produce marketing materials, social media posts, presentations, documents, infographics, and videos quickly. The entire platform is optimized for speed and accessibility. Over 250,000 pre-made templates, a drag-and-drop interface, AI tools that handle the creative decisions you might not know how to make manually, and a learning curve measured in minutes. You can open Canva and produce something usable in your first session without any prior design knowledge. Figma is a professional design and prototyping tool. It's built for UI designers, UX designers, web designers, and product designers who need to create precise, scalable digital interfaces, app screens, website layouts, design systems, interactive prototypes. The platform is optimized for precision, structure, and collaboration on complex design work. It uses vector-based tools that give you mathematical precision over every element. It has auto layout, a feature that automatically adjusts spacing and sizing when content changes, which is essential for designing responsive digital interfaces. It has component systems that let you build reusable design elements that update across an entire project when you change the master. The learning curve is real and takes weeks to months of dedicated practice before you feel productive. The clearest way to understand the difference: Canva produces content you publish. Figma produces designs that developers build from. Canva in depth, what it does well and where it stops. Canva's strength is removing the barriers between having an idea and having a finished visual asset. For the use cases it's built for, it's genuinely the best tool available. A social media manager who needs 15 different graphics for a week of posts across 3 platforms can produce all of them in a single Canva session using templates, Magic Switch for format conversion, and Bulk Create for personalized variations. A small business owner who needs a professional-looking flyer, email header, and presentation deck for a product launch can build all 3 in an afternoon without design training. A content creator who needs a YouTube thumbnail, a blog post header, and an Instagram reel cover for each video they publish can maintain visual consistency across all 3 using a brand kit that applies their colors and fonts automatically. Where Canva reaches its limits: it's not built for pixel-perfect technical precision. The alignment and constraint tools, while functional for content creation, don't reach the level of precision that product design requires. It doesn't have vector path editing in the sense that Figma or Adobe Illustrator do. You can't manually manipulate individual anchor points on a path. It has no prototyping capability. You can't create an interactive mock-up that simulates how a user would navigate through an app. It has no component system in the Figma sense. You can save elements and reuse them, but there's no master instance relationship where updating one element propagates to every copy across your project. Canva's free tier is functional. The Pro subscription at approximately $15 a month adds brand kit, background remover, magic media, and higher AI usage limits, all features that make a meaningful difference for regular use. For designing digital interfaces where content is variable and responsive behavior is a requirement, this is not a nice-to-have. It's how professional digital design works. Components are Figma's reusable design system elements. You design a button once, make it a component, and use instances of that component throughout your project. When you update the master component, change the corner radius, update the color, adjust the typography, Every instance of that component across every screen in your project updates simultaneously. For a product design team maintaining a design system across dozens of screens and multiple designers, this is the structural feature that makes consistency manageable at scale. Prototyping in Figma lets you create interactive versions of your designs that simulate how a user navigates through an app or website. Connect two frames with a prototype link, define the trigger, on click, on hover, on drag, and the destination. Present the prototype in Figma's presentation mode, and you have a clickable model of the interface that looks and behaves like the real product. This is how UX designers test user flows, present concepts to stakeholders, and communicate interaction design to developers without writing any code. Figma's free plan allows up to 3 projects with full feature access, which is sufficient to learn the platform and build a portfolio. The professional plan at $12 a month per editor removes the project limit and adds additional collaboration features. Where Figma reaches its limits, it's not a content production tool. It has no template library for marketing assets, no AI image generation, no social media scheduling, no video editing. Using Figma to produce a social media post is like using a surgical instrument to slice bread. Technically possible, entirely the wrong tool for the job. Where they overlap and how professionals use both. There's a middle zone where both tools are used and where the choice is less clear-cut. Presentation design is the clearest overlap. Both Canva and Figma can produce presentation decks. Canva's template library and AI tools make presentations faster to produce. Figma's precision tools and component system make presentations with complex custom layouts more accurate. For most people producing presentations, Canva is faster and produces results that are visually equivalent. For design teams producing brand presentations that need to precisely match a design system they've built in Figma, staying in Figma makes sense. Brand identity work is occasionally done in Canva by small businesses and marketers, and in Figma or Illustrator by professional brand designers. The difference is the level of precision required. A logo built in Figma is a scalable vector that works at any size, while a logo built in Canva may have limitations at large print scales depending on how it was created. Many working professionals use both. A UI/UX designer who uses Figma as their primary tool might use Canva for quickly producing social media content to promote their portfolio or their freelance business. A marketer who primarily works in Canva might use Figma for reviewing and commenting on designs their development team is building. They're tools for different jobs, and having access to both doesn't mean they're interchangeable. How to decide which one to learn first? The decision framework is simple. If your goal is to produce content, social media posts, marketing materials, presentations, documents, infographics, videos, and you want to be productive quickly without a steep learning investment, learn Canva first. You'll be producing usable output in your first session. The ceiling is lower than Figma for technical precision, but it's more than sufficient for the use cases most non-designers need. If your goal is a career in UI/UX design, product design, or web design, or if you're already in one of those fields and need to upskill, learn Figma first. It's the industry standard tool for digital product design. Job postings for UI/UX roles list Figma proficiency as a requirement in the same way that data roles list Excel or SQL. Learning Canva before Figma, if your goal is professional design work, is like learning to ride a bicycle before learning to drive. It's not wrong, but it's not the skill the career requires. If you're undecided about which direction you want to go, start with Canva. The learning curve is gentler, you'll produce useful work immediately, and you'll get a clear picture of whether visual design work is something you want to pursue further. If you find yourself wanting more control, more precision, and more capability for building digital products, both tools have free tiers. There's no financial commitment required to try either one. The verdict? Canva is the right first tool for marketers, small business owners, content creators, social media managers, and anyone who needs to produce visual content quickly without a professional design background. The learning curve is minimal, the output quality is high for its intended use cases, and the AI tools in 2026 make the gap between beginner and professional-looking work smaller than it's ever been. Figma is the right first tool for anyone pursuing a career in UI/UX design, product design, or web design. It's the industry standard, it's free to start, and learning it opens doors to professional design roles that Canva doesn't. If you're not sure, start with Canva. If you know you want to design digital products for a living, start with Figma. Both are free. There's no reason not to try before deciding. Hit the like button and subscribe if this helped. Drop a comment with which one you're starting with and why. I'll see you in the next one.